Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. We got a fun one today as we are going to sit down with the man, the myth, the legend on screen with me right now. It's going to be a fun one, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, and feel good. It's going to be a fun night tonight. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. As always, I'm Mr. Everynight KJ White, but nobody cares about me today as I am joined by an absolute legend, a man that you've seen all over the world for decades, entertaining us, doing his thing, the man, the myth, the legend, like I said, our friend, your friend, Mr. PCO. How are you today, sir?
I'm pretty well, pretty busy, but very well.
Well,
Very well. Yeah.
We appreciate you making the time. I know you got a busy schedule, getting things going, getting ready for some more shows. But thank you for being a part of this today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. And basically it all boils down to Resurrection in Montreal, my hometown. So there's a lot of things that I've been asked to be on different TV shows and radio shows, and so it's just adding up to all the rest. That's the good part of being hometown.
Absolutely. It must be super exciting, this big show. We've seen what MLP's done over the last little while here. But like you said, hometown show, a lot of buzz, a lot of energy. Not just your match, but the whole card looks like it's shaping up real nice.
Yeah. It seems. I mean, I don't think all the matches has been advertised yet. There's a few more to be advertised, but I think looking at the talent, it's going to be an incredible card.
Yeah, MLP's done a really good job kind of bringing it back. And we talk about the rich Canadian wrestling history, which you're a part of. So we're really looking forward to this. Of course, how did this all come to be? Like, just through your relationship with Scott D'Amore?
I think that we had a good relationship over in TNA for a few years. And Scott was in charge over there he was the president for what, 3.5 years. Yep. While I was there for 3.5 years, maybe the beginning of 2000 or the end of 2024. I don't know, 2025. Yeah. Anyways, I think that from the beginning of the year, I think he was gone. But other than that, he's been there the whole time, and we always kept in touch. So that was a natural. But also, when we talk about the talent, we always say the Canadian heritage and things like that. But there's a lot of international talent, and there's a lot also. I think the difference between Maple Leaf Wrestling before and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling now is the fact that the way I see it, there's a lot of people wanting to see that product over in the United States of America too. No, so I think it will be a company that will not just be in Canada. It will be all over the place.
No, that's the exciting part about what's happening. And then we see the crossovers with other companies working with talent from everywhere. I think it's really amazing. Like I'm Canadian based and have a great pride in the Canadian wrestling scene. So to kind of see something like this kind of evolve and grow, kind of be back on that forefront, but not just doing it on that small scale, but doing it, internationally is really exciting.
Well, yes, and also it gives the chance to some great talent here in Canada. Super great talent all over every provinces. They have like awesome talent, but they're not scouted as if you were in the United States. So that's a big plus to have a company, a Canadian company that hires a lot of Canadian talent, so that showcase a lot of the Canadian talent, and so it gives the chance to those incredible talent to show the world, not only the Canadian people, but the world, what they're capable of and what they bring up to the table.
No, it's absolutely amazing. I've interviewed a couple other Canadian talents as well, and it's not an easy transition. So it's a really nice platform that Scott has created here with MLP Pro.
Yeah, great platform.
Absolutely, and then coming off a couple already successful shows, Resurrection's looking good, like you said. Now, at Resurrection, you're going to be taking on Danny Maff. It's going to be crazy. It's intense. This man wants blood. How you feeling about this matchup?
Well, there's a few things that did happen that you guys haven't seen yet. I was wrestling in Quebec City last week, and he showed up over there.
Yep.
So, it might have been some footage, but I don't think it was a lot of footage. I don't think the show has been like on IW TV, I believe.
Okay.
They're at, but so that was pretty crazy. That was pretty beat up my manager, my creator, D Destro. Took me a little bit out of my game plan, when your creator is injured like that, and he's not used to any type of wrestling because he's not trained for that, and his job was only to bring me back to life.
Right.
To take bump or to get hit by chairs and
right
into a wrestling ring pole and things like that. So he was pretty messed up, and that kind of messed up my head too. Okay. And I was not in my full capacity of thinking of acting, and I feel Maff took advantage of that, so it's going to be a payback time.
Absolutely.
At the Coliseum in Laval.
Yeah, House of Pain match doesn't sound like it's going to be an easy night at the office.
It sounds like to me the equivalent of a Monsters Balls match. So it sounds pretty much like something like that. Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's nothing PCO is going to shy away from anytime soon.
No, that's my type of match.
Right at home, in home. So it works out really well. Of course, he's got Jimmy Jacobs running around causing trouble as well. So you got your hands full.
Yeah, it's a big story between me and Jimmy. So that launched the whole thing, So the fact that I didn't always agree with what Jimmy was writing for the French Canadian Frankenstein in TNA. So we butt headed a few times and decided that he was gonna handle this on his own with Dan Maff. So they've known each other for a long time, and Maff is very unpredictable type of bully guy,
right?
And, just a tough dude, So just the way when you're and I don't want to put everybody in the same category, but. I've been there twice in Puerto Rico, working for Carlos, working for Savio, and it was a lot of things that I've seen there that I didn't necessarily see on many other places that I've traveled the world. So it's a pretty rough place. So
right.
Yeah, so no, you gotta know. Yeah. So just saying that. It's going to be a tough one, but I'm hopeful that with the crowd behind me and all my friends in the stands and family, I will really want to give the best that I can give. Like, I think it's going to make me reach out into the resources of myself just to make it happen.
There you go. It should be an absolute battle. Like you said, it's a marquee match at home. I mean, this has a personal flavor to it. Like you said, there's history there. And I don't think it's going to be for the faint at heart. So we're all looking forward to this one.
big thing also is for the international heavyweight title
Absolutely.
championship, and I got all my heroes, the Rick Martel, the Dino Bravo, the Ledukes, Joe, or even Matt Vachon, and big names. But then even the international names like Walter Kowalski and Stan Stasiak. So big names, and but especially towards the end when all the guys from where I grew up, were champions with that title. I mean, I feel like I have to uh, give a tribute to them or defend the title the way they did when I was a kid, and inspire a new generation of kids to be, because it's the greatest sport in the world when you have fun doing it, So that's always how we want to perform. We want to inspire, and we want to give people like it's something where they're passionate about what they do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, that's one thing you touched on, and I think it's been really exciting about MLP is touching it's new, but it goes back to the heritage. It pays homage to the greats, many of the names that you've listed before, and the lineage of the titles. I think it's a really good addition to the feel and the vibe of MLP right now.
Yeah, and Resurrection, that's resurrecting a lot of things right now. The MLP is resurrecting the PCO character. Every time he gets put back to life with the electricity, he gets put back to life. It's the second type of the year, like the month of the year, July, where we're having like a mega event.
Yep.
In July, second year in a row. So there's a lot of talent that were there last year.
Yep.
That they're going to be there this year. Josh Alexander, the MLP Canadian champion,
absolutely
going to be defending his title. Giselle Shaw, the woman Canadian champion, again. One of the person that you had on your show not too long ago, Shotzi Blackheart.
Okay, yeah.
Going to be facing Giselle Shaw for a title, so that's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
You got Matt Cardona going against Tom Latimer for the NWA championship title. So it's a very, very solid card. You got the Good Brothers going against the New Japan tag team world tag team champions. You might have
more to come.
The return of for one night only. I don't know if it's going to be as a team or the two guys are going to be separately involved in different things. But I think you might see some Dark Order there from AEW. So
there you go. Lots of surprises, lots of twists and turns.
Yeah, surprises. Yeah, I like the word surprises. Yeah, lots of surprises. Yeah.
Makes for a good show. You're making me want to get in the car and drive. No, it's super exciting with Resurrection. And like you said, lots of names. One name you mentioned, because she's actually mentioned your name. So I did kind of want to throw it at you. But Miss Shotzi's out there, and she's a big fan of PCO. So how are you feeling about Miss Blackheart?
Yeah, no, I really like her style. I really like everything she does, and what really got my attention when I was watching that clip. Just saw a bit of that clip but it was her enthusiasm. She was so enthusiastic. She was laughing. She was having fun. And I think that's good. That's a good spirit, and sometimes it's not always easy. Like, let's say you finish up with WWE and then you start somewhere else, but when you're in that type of spirit, when your mind is great up there. I mean, your chances to hit success pretty quick, are right there, because it's a mental game, the pro wrestling business, and the fact that I saw how solid her mental was, and how much fun she had, and how she was relating to that story. I think that's very good, and that's the same way for me. Like if it's a one night, it happens that we can team up together, I would say yes right away. It'd be interesting to see.
Perfect Creation 1 and Shotzi Blackheart as a tag team coming soon. You heard it here first, folks. I think that would be great. Again, like you said, similar kind of enthusiasm, but more than anything else, that desire to kind of put on a show and have fun doing it. So I think that's a hell of a matchup, or a hell of a partnership.
Yeah. I need people like that. People with good spirits, people that are positive, and people that aren't afraid of anything, and then are willing to go all out. But that's how it came across my screen, where she was willing to do whatever it takes, to make it happen. So.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is, if it is to win, or if it is to succeed, or if it is to be happy in life. I mean, she looks like someone that was willing to do everything that you had to do in order to get to where she wants to be.
No, absolutely. Again, big fan. Want to see her do well. Exciting to see her back out there after parting ways with the WWE. So, very exciting times for her to see what this new part of her journey brings. But as far as your journey goes, you've been a busy man. You got Resurrection. I'm sure the rest of 25 is going to be exciting. Lots going on. I know it had a bit of a crazy start to the year, but it seems like it's not slowing down.
Yeah, it's not slowing down at all. I mean, I've got a lot of bookings in the Toronto area coming up too. Got the Man Lucha, again, the Geek Town. Got some shots in the Carolinas. I'm all over the places. It's just that the last 2 months, I decided to take a lot of bookings around my house, so I could be fully focused on not being away too long from home. And but after July 5th, where it's going to be has been a long time where I didn't really enjoy life in a way. I enjoy life in a different way. Right now, I enjoy life doing like TV, just being on TV, being on radio, promoting, being with great people, being with people with influence and influence, are influential, and things like that. And it's great. It's great putting things together that are amazing. Like different radio hosts, for doing the French commentary, and
yes.
During the Resurrection pay-per-view. This is something cool. A lot of things that I do, it's amazing. That's why I chose that life. But I think after the July 5th, I'm going to enjoy a good time at my house in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's not a bad. It sounds
I relaxed for a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Down by the beach, getting a little relaxing on. I like that. I mean, again, the response locally must be huge for Resurrection. Like the fans.
I mean, I think it's going to be very similar to what we had in Toronto at the old Maple Leaf Garden. I mean,
what a venue!
Pretty much the same. Which was amazing. So
no, that's excellent. Now you talk about you're getting on the beach, putting your feet up a little. You've been doing this for a long time. Like I said at the top of the show, it's really an honor to have you here because you're legitimately a legend in the business, and you've put in so many years. So you've done so many shows. How is that taking the toll? Because again, we know who you are and what you do and how you do it. it's got to be hard on the body, hard on the mind. How you feeling?
I don't feel like that. I don't feel it's hard on the I don't feel it's hard on the body or hard on the mind. No, I'm not at that point yet where I everything hurts or I take a bump and it hurts or
Feel no pain?
no. I think I can like without bragging. I mean, it's not even bragging because I always loved taking like bumps. Like a lot of times, that's where I get my best feeling in a certain match where I'm up in the air and I know I'm about to hit something, and it's like that feeling where that sensation where it's like, wow, that's gonna be so cool. So that that's I'm still there, you know. I'm still at like that kid that was enjoying, you know, taking bumps. So I never got hurt on a bump, really, you know. So, but you know, sometimes you do things that hurts, you know,
Right.
because the way it is set up, of
Yep.
course. But have that body that recuperates so quickly, and just to tell you a story, um, I knew I had broken her ribs one time. And it's been a while, and I went to the hospital and where I live in Canada and Montreal, and then the guy in charge of the emergency room, he's a good friend of mine. We do arm wrestling together and things like that. So the doctor, like he's just supervising the emergency room. So the doctor came and she put her two fingers where I told that around the ribs 13. I think it's broken. I know it's broken because when I breathe, I cannot
Feel it.
breathe well because my lungs are getting touched by the bones. And then she
Right.
put two fingers into my ribs, and then I was not yelling or anything like that. I said, yeah, right there, you got it, right there. And then she said, no, it can't be broken, you know, impossible. Never
Right.
seen that in my life. If it was broken, like you would like be yelling and going crazy. Well,
Right.
just would you mind taking an X-ray just for my, you know, just so I know because
Yeah.
I feel like it is broken. And she came back and she said I was right. You know, my rib was broken in half, and
Oh,
it's been like that since then. So it's sitting in the meat right now. But once in a while, like because I wrestled with it, because I just never took a day off. It didn't. The bones
didn't,
they
oh,
kept not
didn't
unified,
fuse.
so it's a
Oh.
non-union rib. So.
Yeah, I wins just listening to that story. That's crazy. No, no, we're good. I'll take a bruise. Um, no, and again, I mean, it's become your style. I don't know how many fans out there. I mean, you kind of went through that rebirth back in about
Yeah.
2016, 2015. And it's been all bets are off since then. And I've watched you through dozens of matches, kind of, put it all on the line. So it's been good ones. I mean, even going back to that match with Walter, um, great guy. Now we know him as Gunther.
Yeah.
But and again, you just kind of kept that ball rolling as PCO.
Yeah. But he did too. So that was the greatest thing about it. It was good for both of us. It was really good for him. He had already made an impact in the industry, but this like really cemented how talented he was.
Yep.
And for me, I could showcase, what I could do, even at a certain age, So that was taking all the doubts, wiped
Mm-hmm.
out all the doubts on everybody who had doubts. So that was cool.
Oh, absolutely. I think there should be no doubts. There should be no doubts after all this. But again, we're super excited for what you have coming up. You talked about the young wrestlers, the young athletes, and passing that on, and it's the greatest sport. That's got to be a big part of your journey now, as far as what are you passing on to the next generation? You see a lot of young wrestlers. What advice are you giving them?
Well, I mean, you always have to never take anything for granted. Like, even though if I feel like I'm a veteran there, well, I know that there's a lot of young kids are pushing and probably would like me to be getting out of the business so they can have a better spot. So it's but it's part of when I was a kid. I know how I was thinking and. That's how we thought, and I'm sure that's how they think. But that's the one thing too. You have to be there, and you have to fight for whatever you got and whatever age you have. It's never nothing is acquired. Like nothing is there. Nothing is cemented. Nothing is forever. Nothing. You have always to fight for it. Like not fight in a way that it's gonna be
Yeah,
the fight of your life, but
yeah,
be there and be willing to do the extra mile and to put some time in and to whatever makes you better, whatever makes you different, whatever makes you stand out from the pack, and you have to work at it and find those elements, and that's on my side as just me, but
yep,
while I'm doing me, well, I show an example to how to do you, you know.
yep.
So it's not like I'm like backstage and giving advice to everybody and should do this and do that. And I'm not that type of guy,
Right.
because I remember when I was growing up in the business, um, if someone would come to me and start telling me everything I do wrong, I might say maybe it's just your past your prime buddy, So
Right.
you don't know what's good or what's not. But if it was someone that I really admire, and I would go and see him and say, "Can you watch my match and give me some advice?" Or if it was coming from the office where I was working for,
Yep.
and an agent or someone was like telling me you should work on this and work on that. I was trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this my way
Yep.
and please them at the same time. So it's always a little bit to stay to your identity while you're adapting to the cause. But yeah, I mean, that's for that. That's it. I mean, there's not much I can say to the young kids because the evolution of the business makes it where we at now, and you don't want to. We all know, a lot of people know that sometimes if you look at some of the best matches in the industry. It was not. It was just the story. It was just
Yep.
the popularity of two guys. If you put The Rock and Hogan in the ring in Toronto, I mean, hadn't touched each other for 6 7
Forever.
minutes, and the
Yeah.
crowd was in the palms of their hands. So so it's not just the way you work, but it's a bunch of other things that make it work, or for different style for different people that likes different style too. I think I
For
have
sure.
to look at wrestling a little bit like when they had the midgets and the girls, the midget, the heavyweight, some lightweight for the high flying, and just make a great soup, all together, a good
Right.
mix of everything, and so everybody's happy. And I think it's still a little bit like that pro wrestling. You gotta give the fans a little bit of everything, and you pick and choose what work as a fan, what works best for you, and what's your favorite thing.
No, absolutely. And I think that's one of your absolute claims of fame is the ability to kind of evolve. You always
Evolve
see,
and adapt too. I try to adapt
yeah,
with what's new, and not to fight against it, but adapt with it. But
yep,
I'm big on trying to make sense and trying to build a good story around something that I do. Whatever it's an angle, whatever it's a
right.
match, or whatever it's the card from the first match all the way to the last match. I think everything has to make sense. everything has to be a story. I mean, it should be like all main event matches during the whole night. I think there's a purpose for each and every matches. So that's my take on what I've learned in the business.
No, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely, 100%. You kind of want to see that balance, and like you said, that authenticity to it, and again, it should be a variety of things. It should be a mix. But with all that being said, I mean, I guess kind of a serious question: hockey fan, Montreal fan,
big time. I watched the game last night.
Yeah,
I was a little bit hooked off. I was hooked on, and then the Canadians got taken out by the Capitals, and we were a little bit disappointed. Like Toronto was a little bit disappointed again this year with Marner, Tavares, Matthews, all the big names. Like you have four Nylander. So you got four great names. You had some good defensemen, big goaltender, and that didn't work again this year for Toronto. So, and it's always tough. It's a tough league because, like Montreal, the expectations are going to be higher next year.
Yep.
Then that doesn't certify that we're going to be in the playoff.
No.
Even if we had a good year this year.
Yeah,
it's a battle. We have like the greatest players, like Lange Hudson, who won the Calder for Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
And you have like great talent, but it doesn't. It's such a tight league now, with the salary cap and everything. So it's very, very competitive, So it's hard to predict, but I think the Cats, the Panthers winning the second Stanley Cup in a row, I think it shows how two things are important in playoff, and it's a different season than the regular season, because the refs, they don't call the penalties in the playoff.
No.
So I remember during the pandemic when the Montreal Canadiens, we went to the finals. We came back 0-3 against Toronto.
Stop reminding me. Stop reminding me. Yeah, it hurts. It still hurts.
But we had Shea Weber, Ben Sharratt, Joel Edmondson, Jeff Petrie.
Yep.
We had guys that were basically lumberjacks playing at the blue line,
Right.
There was a lot of Sherwood there, and a lot of cross-checking and a lot of hitting in on the play that hurts on the foot and on the ankles, and spiking the blade behind the knees and the calves and those dirty shots and also, like, I know because I've played the game, and you get slashed, just in between your elbow pad and your glove right on the wrist.
Yep.
It's a tough game. People don't realize how rough it is,
No, you fight for every inch.
Oh yeah. So and the Panthers were built for the playoffs. I mean, they with Bennett, with Seth Jones, Hegblad.
Picking up Marchand helped them huge.
Marchand was not a biggest player, but he's such annoying on the ice. He gets everybody crazy, So they start taking penalties, and they had like Paul Maurice was saying last night. He said that I couldn't even tell you which one of my first line. If I look at my players all the way up to my fourth line, I don't know how to call them. Four could be one could be four, and two and three could be me. Right. It could be either one. So it's a hell of a team, and Big Bob made all the saves. So
I know he's good. He's solid. Maybe if Toronto and Montreal meet up in the playoffs, me and you'll have to have a friendly bet about it. So
a lot of guys had $100 bet, like because a lot of people, I'm sure Toronto was like that too. Like there was a lot of people cheering for the Oilers because it's a Canadian team, and we haven't had a cup in Canada since I think 1993.
Yeah.
something like that. So
Hurt.
a lot of people were rooting for the Oilers, and it was a lot of deceptions on the Canadian faces last night. Every Canadians.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, again, we hear it all the time of why hasn't the cup come back? But yeah, no, kudos to the Panthers. They're built deep, but I mean, like I said, Montreal, I don't cheer for them very often, but I did want them to beat Washington this year and move all the Canadian teams move forward. So but they had a great year, surprised a lot of people.
Well, Winnipeg was supposed to do great. There was also Toronto had a phenomenal team. Ottawa made it against Toronto to the playoff. So it was, I think it was a great year for all the Canadian teams. Like when you make the playoff, it's already a big bonus, for the team.
No, absolutely, absolutely. But sir, I know you're a busy man. I won't keep you much longer. Any final thoughts or any final words going out to Dan Maff or anything about Resurrection you want to let people know? Where can they check things out? But let us know.
July 5th, from Montreal, but especially in Laval, which is on the North Shore of Montreal, where the Rocket plays and a lot of other teams plays. It's a building where we got a big league here, the North American Hockey League, which is a professional hockey league, where a lot of guys are getting paid, and so we're playing at the Coliseum Laval, which is a big arena, and the show, the pre-show starts at 7 on TV, on Triller TV, and then I think you have to pay for the next 2 hours, right? For the final 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And so we're gonna have all those matches that I was talking about, and I got a house of pain match because the name of the arena came about when Bob Hartley, the coach, and Michel Therrien, they were the coach of the Laval the Titans in Laval in the Q.
Yeah, going back to the Q.
And they had like Sandy McCarty and Gino Adjic, and it was just so much toughness. That every team that came to Laval were, oh no, we're not Laval tonight. So it became signs all over the place. The House of Pain. People were afraid to come into that building. So it was well known for that. And so they're trying to revive that name too with the new franchise there, the Petrolier. And so it's going to be a House of Pain match for Danny Maff. And how do we say that?
Payback, revenge. Yeah, payback is a bitch. I'm looking forward to it. We will be watching it live on July 5th. We cover all the live wrestling, so we're looking forward to seeing you in action again. Like you said, the payback, the revenge should be a whole lot of fun to see. And again, I'm happy to see MLP doing very well, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens the rest of this year. So, but beyond that, sincerely, thank you for joining us. It means a lot, and we greatly appreciate it. And folks out there, go check out all the stuff. Go check out MLP. Go check out PCO.
PCO's Not Human on X. PCO's Not Human on Instagram. PCO Carwallet on Facebook. I got 2 accounts, so I'm trying to, because you can follow me or you can be my friend, and some people likes to be friends. So my first account is full, so you can go to the second account. It's me again. It's not a fake account. Yeah.
Love it. Well, once again, thank you. I'll say goodbye to you after the music, but time's up.
Yeah, everywhere. I'm all over the place.
Well, I'm sure I'll bump into you sometime soon.
Yeah, thank you. And this is the first one for everything, and that was my first time on your show, I believe. So, thank you so much for having me, and all the best to all your followers and your fans out there. And you should be watching on Triller TV July 5th.
Don't miss out, folks. It's going to be a fun one. Don't forget, we cover more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We appreciate it. We truly do. I'm smacking my microphone on the way out, but an absolute legend. Until next time, folks, see you on the flip side. Thank you, PCO.